My family, 2 grandparents, 2 parents and a 10-year-old boy, has been traveling with Ori Stern for more than a week now, in his very comfortable Land Rover. We each find him to be highly informed, thoughtful, affable, funny and warm. Beginning with a set itinerary that has taken us from Jerusalem to Masada and the Dead Sea, to the Golan Heights, we spent 2 nights on the Sea of Galilee, and finally to Tel Aviv. Ori adapted according to our likes, and had endless information about history, the sights, geography and, of course, the best places for shawarma, falafel, and ice cream. Ori has enhanced each experience. We have visited kibbutzim, made chocolate, picked strawberries, had couscous prepared by North African women who host lunch in their homes, were archaeologists for a day, visited wineries, boarded a jeep to travel on the Golan Heights, etc. We each have our favorite moments. For me, it was the visits to the Old City, the jeep ride and the visit with soldiers in the field working to intercept missiles fired from Gaza into Israel. For my grandson, it was the archaeological dig, and the visit to Kfar Kedem which recreated day-to-day life when the population were shepherds and farmers, but my grandson has yet to visit the bullet factory and the tank museum, so, that list could change. It is true that my family are here for Hanukkah. What could be better? Still, Ori Stern has illuminated every experience that we have had. I recently booked a private tour of Jerusalem with Ori Stern, and it was absolutely fantastic. At first, I debated whether a private tour was worth the money, but now I can say without hesitation that it was the best decision. I'd do it again in a heartbeat and highly recommend it to others. Ori made everything seamless. He picked me up right at my hotel and dropped me back off at the end of the day, true door-to-door service. He's a fountain of knowledge, and I had plenty of time to ask questions while he tailored the tour to exactly what I wanted to see. Along the way, he even bought local snacks so I could taste what the locals enjoy, which was such a thoughtful touch. What impressed me most was his flexibility. I asked for some last-minute additions, and Ori quickly pivoted, made calls, and secured tickets so I could experience even more. Everything felt effortless and perfectly customized. I had considered a self-guided or group tour, but in hindsight, the private option was the best value for the money. Given the current situation in Israel, I was a little nervous, but Ori made sure I felt safe and secure throughout. Now is actually the perfect time to visit, the crowds are down, and there's so much to see. If you're planning a trip to Jerusalem, I can't recommend Ori Stern enough. My husband and I did 3 private tours with Ori on our recent visit to Jerusalem. We did the Dead City and Masada, Israel Museum and the Old City. All were great experiences. Ori was always on time and asked questions about our preferences to help guide our tours. I'm confident we had experiences that we wouldn't have otherwise done without him. Ori was always willing to assist and be available when we weren't certain of plans. He will take good care of you. Highly recommend. We spent the last week traveling through Israel with Ori and he was a wonderful guide. Ori is highly knowledgeable and was able to tell us about a wide variety of areas and topics without it feeling like we were in class. He made the tour highly engaging for my 10-year-old son as well as the adults on the trip. We saw so many sights and did so many activities and it was all made the best because of Ori. I would definitely recommend him as a great guide to Israel. Ori guided us, a family of 4 with adult children, on a fun, informative and delicious day of wine tasting in the Judean hills. Ori was not only knowledgeable about the history of the Judean hills but he is also very knowledgeable about wine and winemaking. He shared this expertise in an engaging, personalized and relaxed way. I highly recommend planning an engaging and delightful day like this with Ori.